Back in 2004, I started with Taylormade. The 2005 season was bought with a driver that was phenomenal. It had 4 movable weights. I remember going out at the Italian Open over there in Europe and working with a young Ian Poulter, and then in the prime of his career, Paul McGinley, who went on to be Ryder Cup captain. Today, this club is coming out in the marketplace. It is the R7 Quad Mini Driver. Now, this is a category that Taylormade have dominated, and for good reason. The R7 Quad Driver from back in 2005 was an absolute line in the sand for Taylormade to set the bar as to this is where we're going to go with movable weight. The fact that they've gone and put some of that tech into this really shows you that Taylormade means business to dominate the category that they created in the Mini Driver. Let's get into this video. I'm going to tell you all about this bad boy. It is filth. Let's start with the head cover. Look at those colours. Those of you that can remember, the whole purpose of this with R7 and the colours, it was racing car themed. That's what Taylormade was at. They were taking the colours of all the race cars and they were putting it in to make the thing feel fast. Then you go into the Mini Driver. Little thing we're going to get to first before I show you the head, because I think you'll like this even more. Back in the Bubble Series days, you could turn the head covers inside out. You did it if you were a purist. Now check out what Taylormade has done. They've gone and put the checkered flag on the inside of the R7 Quad Mini Driver. Q didn't think that was coming, neither did you. Check it out, Q Mondo. So, as always in the Mini Drivers, we're going 13.5 and 11.5. Look at it from the player's view first, and you can see we've got some of the decal going on back here, movable weight technology. Then you flip it up in the rack view, which is where a lot of you will look first. You can see 4 movable weights. That is the quad part of it. Great piece of tech I love that Briggs and the boys were sharing with me here from the product team. The flat ones, and I say flat ones at the front, they have to go in the flattest part of the front. If you put them too wide, it creates more spin. So you don't want to do that, because we're going to move these 13 grams up to the front and these 4 grams up to the back. I'm going to slow myself down because I'm talking here with a bit of speed, because I recognise, I mean, this is legendary. Should we just take a moment, roll some B-roll, Q, let's have a look at it, and slow down, Trotty. Twist face is in there. They've added some new tech there, which wasn't in, obviously, the original R7 Quad Driver, but the Mini Driver gets the benefit of twist face. You've got the little R7 decal out here in the toe. You have the score line along the top. So when you do get into, yes, the loft sleeve, now the score line lets you see the face angle and set that golf club how you like it. Off-center strikes, certainly with a Mini Driver, hitting them low in the blade can cause you a bit of an issue. So they've thrown a speed pocket in there to give you the meaning of not losing speed. Comes with this speeder golf shaft in here with the graphics on it. When you buy it stock, fair enough, is what it is. Speeder back in the day was a giant in the early 2000s, I get it. And when you look down at this, it now has this carbon infinity crown, they'll call it, which means it comes over the top and round the sides, and that's what enables you to get all of the weight into the head with the 4 that are movable and 13 and 4. So you're moving 9 grams each time. I actually wish it had been 8. That's what the original R7 Quad was. But other than that, this thing is pretty legit. I've already hit a few with it. This is the 13.5. What sort of player goes for it? Well, we're going to do another video that compares driver to Mini Driver and what you look for. But when looking to get fit for either of these, and here's the 11.5, you want to think about, are you trying to replace the big stick, or are you looking to throw in something that's like a 2-wood and going to go in behind your driver? If we bang the driver in here, like I say, there'll be a video that's a direct comparison for the two, but just give you the feel on the length. You're not quite at 3-wood length, but you are a little longer than what your 3-wood would be. So as I say, it's going to be the 2-wood probably option. Now I'm going to hit the 13.5 today. The 11.5 might come into play if you tend to really struggle off the tee. But for me, I would look to put this in for golf courses that play uber long. So your Tommy Fleetwood type scenario, I know he loves going there with this. Adam Scott has played them in the past. Jason Day, I think, has chucked one in. Long tour golf courses, this goes in. Or if you happen to struggle a bit off the tee and you get a bit wayward, then the Mini Driver could be a good option for you. The head size, I believe, is 400cc, so we know 460 is our drivers, so it's a little bit smaller. So when you do look down at it, I can see a bit of loft on this one, which is nice, and it's just got that beautiful look to it. I mean, that is a classy looking golf club, and it sits right in between the driver and the 3-wood. So you can see with the turf interaction and the sole, I caught a bit of turf there, but no problem, the golf ball still went. It came out with over 3,000 spin, so if we had a driver, we'd be looking for the 22-2300 with a good launch number, but on the 3-wood, if you were hitting 3-wood, it would spin at 3,500. So having it right in between and still getting the yardage out of it, you can really see the golf club works bang on in the middle. We can also pop it off a tee. Now I've been playing around, do I want the high tee height, the low tee height? Kind of sitting the same here, that I just want it over the crown a little bit, and that's for me. I actually don't use one of these currently, but this one is so good and gives such a nod to the original that maybe it gets a chance just on looks alone. So here we would be off a tee. We're going to see a slightly higher ball flight, hopefully. And there you have it. Just out there, back edge of the green, which is nice. That's where I was at before, so 232 carry, running out to the 267 number. Now look, an option would be, and you'll have to bear with me, hopefully I can talk through the whole thing or we'll run some fancy B-roll on it, but it's a 4-way weight change. So I used to spend an eternity doing this on the ranges back in the day, the 4-weight change. You'd end up going home at the end of the day at any Austrian Open or French Open with about 700 grams worth of weights in your pocket. Never leave a man on the field was the phrase that we always used to use. But you really want to play around with it. So you can obviously go heavy weights in the toe to give you the left to right ball flight. Heavy weights in the heel will help you turn it over. You can adjust the loft sleeve if wanted. And that is the key thing here. It's adjustability. You want the 2-wood, you want it to be weaker in flight, stronger in flight, you can now do that. You want to go for the 11.5 because you might want to give it as a direct comparison to your driver. You can look to do that. You can lower the flight, you can right left this thing. I mean, surely all of these comments I'm giving you give you the understanding as to why the original R7 quad was such a beast and loved by so many. Which one's more forgiving though? Let's face it, there's going to be a consumer out there that just wants one that's a lot damn easier to hit. Well, that's going to be the most forgiving setup you can go for. That's the 13.5 head with the weights at the back. If you put the weights at the back, it helps you with a bit of launch. Spin rate there, because it was a little low out the blade. It was down the pipe, but low out the blade. So the speed pocket really helped me out there for forgiveness. And it's gone and spun just over 4,000, but it's still carried out there at 220 and gone 250. That is what you're gonna get with this thing. If you wanna go for the 11.5, it may not be as friendly off the peg. I mean, this one's got the weights in the front, so then I would crank this loft sleeve, and just look at how easy this is to do. Those of you who aren't familiar with it, we have got other videos that show you how the loft sleeve works. Be sure to hit subscribe and get onto the channel, especially if you like what you're seeing. Now I've moved it to higher, so now I'm going to see more loft. This is an 11.5. See the face, it turns in a little bit. Because I've added loft, I've added spin, but because the weights are all the way in the front, the heavier weights, it's going to take a bit of spin off. Let's see what we can cook up with this one. So see how that's nice and high, because it was hit good, to be fair. That's 11.5, but it's come out there, look, with 3,569 spin, gone 230, total 270, into a draft. I mean, it's really quite useful. To be fair, I should probably be putting one in, and I tend to always skip this kind of club, but it's definitely one that I think I could benefit from, and you get the advantage that it's quite easy to hit off the deck. I mean, that's the 11.5, and you saw that thing just peachy and getting going out there. I like the way as well when I sit it down in higher, it doesn't look too shut. And I think twist face has helped that a lot. And they're just coming off the ground so easy. So easy. Again, not losing any distance because I'm hitting it out of the bottom of the golf club. 229, 263 total. Let me check those numbers are definitely, yeah, 263 total, 230 into breeze. I'm swinging it pretty good, which helps. First time I've ever said that on the channel. Well, how long I've been doing this? I'm actually swinging it decent. Everyone calm down. Everyone calm down. But honestly, I got nothing more to say. It's good. I need to see if I'm hitting it this good next week, but it's good. And if you're in the market for one of these, I know Taylormade comes out with them every year. They don't make loads of them. I'm going to put my neck on the line. This is the best one I've seen, and they've made some really good ones. This is the best one they've seen. It feels different because it's got these weights and you move that much mass. It feels like a hit. It feels like a thud. It's good. And I know that's not what you want to hear from me, because that'll mean some of you will go out and buy some. Please get fit for it for sure, because there's a mountain of stuff you can do with it. 2 weights out in the toe. The heavy ones in the toe, that'll fade. Heavy ones in the heel, that'll draw. Get in the loft sleeve, get it upright. But it's good. It's really good. And it feels good. Little draw, flatter ball flight as I adjust. It's going to be nice there. I mean, look at that, just bounding forward through the breeze. Yeah. Now I say yeah because it lands and then it shoots. I mean, 28.57, that was hit right in the top part of the club. 235 carry, 270. For all of you non-believers, let's just give them one of them. Fantastic. So look, there's a lot that can go on with this. It is a thing of beauty. The more I hit it, the more I wonder how I would use it. I think if I was going for a T club, I'd have the 13s at the front. I think if I wanted a weaker flight, I'd move those weights out. Obviously, you have your loft sleeve where you can get into that as well and adjust it. But there's a lot that can be done with this. Higher in the loft sleeve turns the blade in, gives you more of a draw for the right-handed golfer. Lower in the loft sleeve opens it up and gives you more of a fade. You're really going to enjoy messing around with this golf club. I think Taylormade have absolutely smashed it. The turf interaction from those early shots, like I showed you, was fantastic. It went through the turf due to these ridges and movements here aren't just for aesthetics. It's designed to get that golf club through the turf, and we've got that in there. It's an absolute gem. Sadly, I don't have the price on it, but I'll stick you a link down below if you want to check them out, because they'll be in there. These things will go hot, they'll go quick. Taylormade doesn't tend to stock tons of them because they know it is a unique golf club. But if you're looking for a bounding club to get going, be a bit easier to hit than your driver, be a little bit shorter, or you just want to get involved in the mini driver movement, then this is the brand new R7 Quad mini driver from Taylormade, and it comes with that sick head cover.